the bench. While I'm coming off the court, really bench. Who how to be? Who got a lot of D? Who popping like a P when he be hopping?
Hey LEI Baes, welcome back. It's your girl Amaya Soleil, and today I'm back with another video. And as y'all can tell by the title, I'm gonna be telling y'all a story time about the time I almost got jumped in school and assaulted by a security guard. So make sure you like, comment, subscribe, follow all my social medias down in the description box down below. Go follow my main page because I be cute on there. Go follow my spam page for the tea, of course. And with all of that being said, let's just get right into this story time. Alright, so boom, this story time takes place when I was a junior in high school, y'all. Child, I almost got jumped by like 6 girls. But this situation started all because of one girl. So because this story is majority about the ringleader, some other girls don't really need a code name, so we just gonna call them T and them girls. T and them girls were problematic and miserable as f. They was always starting drama, trying to be bullied, always fighting. And they was the type of girls that if they was fighting one-on-one and one of their friends lost a fight, they was jumping in. Not one person was jumping in, the whole crew was jumping in. I'm usually outgoing, extroverted, popular, etc. But the year before, I experienced like the biggest betrayal from everybody in my circle all at the same time. So I had just cut everybody off. Then we had moved from Maryland back to our hometown in New York because my grandma was having some type of health issues and my mom wanted to be there to support her, to take care of her. So during my little isolating healing phase at my new school, I really only made like 3 friends and I was kind of in an abusive relationship. I say kind of because you know how men will start off doing the little small things to you at first? By the grace of God, I caught on very quickly. I was trying to exit the relationship, but he was making it very hard for me because he would literally stalk me. I know y'all probably thinking, well, if you was in this little isolating healing phase with only 3 friends, how did you even end up in this situation? Because sometimes me and one of my friends would sit at a lunch table with T and them girls. Because we had no prior problems with them, we was cool. We wasn't friends or nothing like that, but we was cool. And then sometimes me and my homegirl would go sit at our male friend's lunch table if none of his friends showed up to school that day. I don't know why, but sitting at a different table sometimes pissed T and them girls off. I don't understand why, because either way, whether we was sitting with them or whether we was sitting with him, either way, T and them girls still had a place to sit and eat at. But for whatever reason, it pissed them off and the picking started from there. Now at this point, I'm a junior in high school. Like I said, it's been like maybe a month and a half into the school year. Since I started attending this school, I have never ate their school lunch. I've been to 4 different high schools, y'all. 4 different high schools. And this is the only high school I did not eat school lunch at. I don't care. That shit gave jail food. They used to pull out a slice of white bread, melt some cheese on top of it, place some pepperonis on it, and call it pizza. Oh, baby, I ain't eating that. You feed that to the inmates in jail. I ain't did no crime and I ain't doing no time. So I don't think I deserve to eat that. Mind you, the school lunch been the same since I started attending this school, and I ain't never ate it, and it was never a problem before. The whole month and a half we've been in school so far, it ain't ever been a problem. But okay, like I said, we sat at my male friend's table for a couple of days, and now we back sitting at the table with T and them girls. Everybody at the table, including my homegirl, they eat school lunch. So they go up in the lunch line, they get their lunch, and everybody comes back to the table. Why did the girl T turn to her friends like this? Imagine she's sitting straight like this, and then she go like this. Turn to her friends, and then go loudly but indirectly say, bitches be acting too bougie to eat school lunch. Mind you, I'm the only one at the table without a lunch. I'm the only one not munching that food down. So I start laughing loud immediately. Because honestly, I took it as a compliment. Also, I'm a very picky eater, so you not making me feel no type of way. My mama been cussing me out about it all my life. I was a child falling asleep at the table because I wasn't eating a plate of food I didn't like. So if my own mama couldn't even make me, I really want to see what you think you about to do. But what really made me chuckle, what really made me giggle, what really made me snicker, what really made me cackle snap pop bitch was the fact the left side of the table. And me and my friend, we sat to the farthest right side of the table. But me and T, we was sitting chair to chair. Like this. I mean, chair to chair, leg to leg, arm to arm. Why you ain't just turn to me and say, girl, why you acting too bougie to eat school lunch? So I just laughed out loud at her because you scary as f and you complimented me in the same sentence. But if you know me, I'm a Sagittarius. I'm a fire sign. I'm a hothead. I usually would get right with a bit. But at this time, I really was so drained of my energy. Being in an abusive relationship literally could take all of your energy, especially being the only one that's taking your situation serious. When your abuser is seen as somebody that's so sweet and loving and wouldn't hurt a fly whole time, he really would. And then imagine attending school with your abuser. I lived 2 blocks away from my school. I used to walk home from school and walk to school all the time. This man would follow me home from school. Or just pop up because he knew where I lived because we were dating at one point. We actually had the same lunch period and we broke up. He didn't sit at the table with me no more. But whenever I just happened to look in his direction, this man would be staring me down, popping up outside of my classes. To me, at that time, I had bigger fish to fry than to be worried about tough tea, trifling tea, tacky tea, tasteless tea, because she mad I don't want to eat school lunch. But of course, when you're dealing with a miserable group of girls, it doesn't end there. It escalated. One day, my homegirl that sat at the lunch table with me, she went up to go get lunch. And after you get out the lunch line, my school had this like condiment stand. So it was like hot sauce, ketchup, mustard, and all that other good stuff up there. So my friend said she was getting ready to come put some hot sauce on her food. She literally reached for the hot sauce. One of T's homegirls saw her reach for the hot sauce, and then T's homegirl hurried up and snatched it real quick and then put the hot sauce on her food so she could use it first. Then on 2 different occasions, we had went to go sit at the table with my male friend again, and we ended up coming back to the table with T and them girls. And I know y'all probably like, well, if they keep being funny, why do y'all keep going to sit at the table with them? It was nowhere else to sit. The only way I could go sit with my male friend is if his group of friends that usually sat at the lunch table with him had got suspended from school, or they just didn't show up to school that day. That is the only way it made space. Literally, the cafeteria was packed. Every table was packed. It was nowhere else to sit. And originally, anyway, that table with me and my friend sat at first, and they had asked if they could sit with us, and we said yeah, because it was no prior problems before, I guess, they made it one. But yeah, so like I was saying, on 2 different occasions, we had went to go sit with my male friend again, and then we had came back to the table with T and them girls. Y'all, why T gonna turn to her friends again, child? Turn to them girls again and say, bitches need to stop flip-flopping the table. Or what? Or what? Or what? Or what? What you gonna do? Or what? Or what? Then it's just like, tough tea, why you can't tell us to our face or say directly to us, once y'all leave the table, y'all can't come back. Or better yet, be even more bold. Be even more bold and remove our chairs from the table so we can't sit with y'all. But they kept doing little stuff like that, and after a while of ignoring it, I started to realize, oh, they think they really bullying somebody. So one day, our lunch period, our lunchtime, whatever y'all call it, was coming to an end. And for some reason, the principal of this school I attended, he used to come into the lunchroom and dismiss us by table like we was in kindergarten. My table got dismissed, and then T and them girls, because they were closest to the walkway, they got up first, but they ended up blocking the walkway so me and my homegirl could not walk through. Like, we literally could not walk out of the cafeteria. And then this school already only gave you 4 minutes of passing time. And the cafeteria, obviously, on the 1st floor. My next class was on the 4th floor. So I ended up bumping one of T's friends. Actually, that same friend that snatched the hot sauce before my friend could touch it. Yeah, I actually ended up bumping her arm out the way so I could move through the walkway. Nobody said nothing. Nobody did it. Didn't nobody speed walk after me. Didn't nobody run after me. I mean, they didn't have to run no way because I was walking. Didn't nobody come after me, period. Oh, that school day, nothing happened. The next day we came and sat down with them at that lunch table. They didn't say nothing. I'm honestly thinking like, oh, okay, so they the type of group of girls that you gotta kind of like max their energy. Just ignoring them not gonna be enough. Okay, cool, noted. So I'm thinking that problem solved. So for weeks, honestly, I'm going about my business. Nothing has happened for like weeks. But I guess T was playing the long game. Cause y'all, one day in class, I was sitting there, U.S. history to be exact. And I was talking to one of my classmates, and while I'm talking to her, she like, oh girl, your lash coming off. Naturally, I raised my hand and I'm like, hey teacher man, can I go to the bathroom so I can go look at my lash and fix it if necessary? Boom, he tell me, yeah, I go to the bathroom, I look at my lash ain't even coming off. What happened was I got a side part, like what I have now. And when hair tends to like get on your lash like this, it'll weigh it down and make it look like it's coming off. Whole time, it's not. It's just weighed down. So when I realized I was good, I started heading back to class slowly. Taking my sweet time, of course, because like, who really wants to go back to class? You know, I was in that bathroom taking a couple pictures, watching a couple of videos, texting a couple of people back. But ultimately, I started walking back to class. I'm walking down the hallway and I see T. We're coming from different directions, walking toward each other. T walking on the left, I'm walking on the right. When I seen her, she was a little farther down the hallway. Like we wasn't super close to each other. She had a little way to walk. Honestly, nothing's been happening for weeks. I ain't even paying her no mind. I mean, honestly, it's the that's acting like Joe from You every single time it's time for me to walk home from school. And scratch that. He just be popping up outside my class. So I seen her, I got bigger things to worry about. I ain't thinking nothing of it. I'm no longer worried about her, and I'm thinking she no longer worried about me. And I honestly started thinking she must have been more focused on them grades these past couple of weeks because she was a senior still taking sophomore classes. So I just started looking on my phone, texting somebody back, minding my business. You know how I be when you walking down the hallway getting ready to go back to class. Then out of nowhere, I just feel somebody bump the mess out my arm. I look up and I make a stank face. T sees my face and she's like, bitch, stay out my way. So as she said that, I start thinking like, who the fuck this think she is? What the fuck she think this High School Musical? She thinks she gonna tell me stay the fuck out my way. And I'm just gonna be like, oh. No, bitch. So I told her, I said, no, you stay the fuck out my way. Must have thought we was in one of them damn white high school bully movies on Disney. But after I told her, no, bitch, you get out my motherfucking way, cause I don't understand how you walking on one side, I'm walking on one side, and my arm get bumped. We was nowhere near each other. So after I said that, she talking about something, well, what you wanna do? I don't ask no questions, I say, what's up? Because like, what's up? She gonna say something, oh, okay, I'll see you next class period. Girl. When I tell y'all this girl is so scary, because the hallway we was in, it was nobody but us. No teachers, no other students, no other staff, no principals, no hall monitors, no nothing, nobody. We could have propped our phones up and got to scrapping. But because next period I had gym class with her and her crew, that's where she wanted to fight at. Me sitting here now at age 21, I really should have just stole off on her. Cause nah, you bold enough to bump me with no friends around, be bold enough to get beat up with no friends around. But again, I was just so drained and so low at this point, I didn't really care if we did or didn't fight. This shit was stupid to begin with. So I told her, yeah girl, whatever, I'll see you next class period. Cause I'm honestly thinking she ain't gonna be on nothing. She just gonna say indirect stuff loud out into the air like she been doing. Y'all, so I finally get back in class, and I haven't even been in class for 3 seconds before I get a Snapchat from my male friend saying, hey, you supposed to be fighting T? I text him back like, yeah, but how you know? Because we literally just established this in the hallway 3 seconds ago. He gonna text me back and tell me, oh, because her and her friends going in and out of classroom screaming, where she at? Where am I at? Where that at? I want to fight. Da, da, da. Where she at? Da, da, da. Making a whole scene. Now, anybody in high school knows that's not the way to go. Because if you make a scene like that, the student's going to talk. And then the teacher's going to overhear. And then the other staff going to overhear. And then before you know it, the principal's going to find out all of the adults in the school know what's going down. They know to prepare and suspect that a fight is about to break out. What the did you get out of doing that? But I was like, fuck it. Oh, bet. You and all your miserable minions that jump people soon as somebody beat y'all up one-on-one looking for me? Cool. Thanks to my dad that he was a hoe and produced a whole football team full of sisters for me. And I'm literally the youngest one. All of my sisters are older than me. I'm the baby on both sides of my family. But I called my sisters right up. because one of my homegirls, she wasn't even at school that day. She had skipped school to be with her boyfriend. Then my other homegirl, she wasn't a fighter at all. She was a very sweet girl. And then my other male friend, he's a male. He can't help me fight no girls. I called my sisters and they pulled up. I let my sisters in the side door of the school and we start walking down the hallway headed towards the gym. Immediately, it starts to click to me that my gym teacher is gonna realize they're not in his class. They also look grown, so he might even notice they're not even students. So I send my sweet, nice homegirl in there to basically tell T and them girls, come out into the hallways and we can get it cracking out here. Them girls was just acting so rowdy, going in and out of classrooms, acting all big and bad. You would have thought they would have hop, skipped, jumped, and sprinted their way out into that hallway. But they didn't. We was waiting for like 30 seconds. 30 seconds turned to a minute turned to 3 minutes, 3 minutes turned to 5. And then next thing you know, the principal comes walking down the hall. He sees us. Immediately, he like, y'all don't go here. Obviously, we caught. He started talking about some, oh, y'all trespassing, saying all this police. He started telling us, oh, walk with him to the main office. So my older sister, she followed all the rules, okay? So she's just like, let's do what he say. And Amaya, you text them girls and you let them know we can get up with them outside of school if they really want it. Now, once we get inside the office, obviously the question for me is, why did you let people that don't go to our school inside of our school building? I couldn't think of a good lie at that point, so I just told the truth. Because I ain't trying to get jumped. My sister asked, could I just leave school with them? Because at that point, staying at school the rest of that school day, it was going to be like a sitting duck. By the end of that school day, my ass was going to be jumped. And my thing is, I don't mind fighting T one-on-one because I'm going to tear her up. But see, the problem is, then I'm going to get tore out the frame by a big batch of Beto-looking bitch. After hearing about the situation, the principal basically was like, yeah, she could leave with y'all. And he called the security guard down to escort me to my locker so I can get my stuff and go home. Me and the security guard, he called Mr. Milk Dud. And yes, I'm calling him that because he was brown skin and bald. Me and him was cool. Like, this school was very, 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 very strict on being late to school. If you was late to school, you had to walk all the way around the building. And it was a very long walk. Go through the back doors, go through the metal detectors, and get detention. I stayed being late to school, and Mr. Milk Dud used to sneak me in the front door. So I'm thinking me and Mr. Milk Dud cool. But that day he said, ha! Thought you had a friend, bitch, ha! Now this is where was supposed to simmer down, but it actually started heating up. We get to my locker, and my locker was literally right by the gym. So now my ego kind of getting to me. And I'm like, I already know how T and them girls gonna try to spin it. Because I didn't show up to the gym, they're gonna try to spin it like I was scared of them. And baby, I ain't scared of nobody. I may have ignored you, but it wasn't out of fear. Don't nobody put no fear in my heart, so my ego started getting to me at this point. Making me think I need to go walk inside the gym and go fight right now. The risk of getting jumped. That's what that ego do. It don't have you thinking clearly at all. So I think of a plan. And I'm like, tell Milk Dud that your homegirl that's in gym right now has your house keys in her gym bag. And because you're about to leave school, you need to get them from her. Now, does that make sense for my house keys to be inside somebody's gym bag? No. But at that time, that was the only excuse I could think of. I was on a time crunch. Mr. Milk Dud was not going. He was not going. He was like, oh, you know, I'm just trying to do my job. That don't have nothing to do with me. Basically, I'm going to have to walk you back to the office. And then they're probably just going to have to call her down to the office. So that way, that's how you're going to have to get the keys from her, basically. That wasn't benefiting me. My ego did not like that response. So I just tried to walk around Mr. Milk Dud and go to the gym anyway. Y'all, he blocked me. So I tried to walk around the other way and still go to the gym. He blocked me again. And y'all, I'm not gonna lie. Mr. Milk Dud warned me. He looked me dead in my face and said, this is not what you want to do. But as a Sagittarius, you're not gonna tell me what I don't want to do. Now I want to do it. I also remember somebody else telling me that Mr. Milk Dud got fired from the school he previously worked at because he was too aggressive. He literally body slammed a student trying to break up a fight. But me personally, although I heard that, I have never seen this behavior from him at this point. So I kept trying to go around this man. And before I knew it, he had me pent up, yoked up, choked up. He digging his knee in me, got my hands behind my back like I'm a criminal. He was playing no games. This man had me picked up like a pretzel, yelling at me to start walking towards the office. Now, I'm irritated, so I tell him no, not until you let go of me. Because as an adult now, I completely understand when he warned me and told me stop walking, I should have stopped. But you're never gonna convince me. You're never, ever, ever, ever gonna convince me that that was a good reason enough to manhandle me the way that he did. A student simply trying to walk around you and you blocking them and telling them to stop is not a good reason for you to pin them up and yoke them up like that. That man gave me the yoke and choke combo. Like, excuse me, sir. Eventually, he kept my arms behind my back and then he started kicking the heel of my feet, trying to make me walk towards the office. Granted, now I'm heated, so I'm talking shit, I am cursing. I'm making it harder for him because I just feel like he was acting crispy, so I'm finna act crispy back. Everybody's in class at this time, so the hallways are quiet. Besides us arguing and making all of this commotion. Due to the loud commotion, students start coming out of the classrooms and stuff. Y'all, I remember this girl literally sticking her head out of the door to look, and she looked at us and she was like, oh my gosh, it looks like he's about to break her arm off. Like, just like that. She sounds so concerned, frightened. She said, oh my gosh. For some reason, that did not put any fear in me. It just enraged me even more. So, of course, because I'm mad, I'm making it even harder for him. I'm 5'4". This man like 5'2". So not only is he bald, he's short. They already say short men got huge tempers, but he also bald, so he really got a bad temper. He hates his life. He gets no bitches. So because I'm making it harder and harder for him, he ends up getting on his walkie-talkie and calling for backup. One white male security guard comes, and then another white female security guard comes. I don't know why I got up 3 fingers. It was only 2 of them that came. They approached us. The white security guard lady, she asked me if I would rather walk with her. And of course, I say yes. Milk Dud hears that. He starts screaming, no, I'm not letting her go. No, I'm not letting her go. Like, what the fuck you call backup for then? When the backup come to back you up, you don't even want the backup. So now I'm walking with all 3 security guards. Mr. Milk Dud is behind me, got me pinned up still, arms all the way up here, okay, literally. And then it's the white female one on the right, and then the white male on the left of me. All 4 of us just going down the hallway towards the office now. As we're approaching the office, my sisters hear the commotion, so they come out into the hallway to see what's going on. They see how I'm being handled, and my older sister starts screaming, "What's going on? Why are you handling her like that?" They let me go at that point, and I'm just with my sisters at this point, right? One of my sisters ended up calling our dad. Told him what she saw, he pulled up pronto. Of course, once my dad gets there, he asked to have a meeting held with that same exact security guard. And of course, the principal gets to covering for his security guard. Oh, I don't know where he is. Oh, I can't seem to reach him. Oh, I can't find him. Oh, he's not responding. Oh, I don't have a way of contacting him. But you can reach him when you call him down here to escort me to my locker. So get on that walkie-talkie and try again. Y'all, that security guard was nowhere to be found. I actually ended up seeing the 2 white ones walk past the main office, but he wasn't even bold enough to come walk past the main office. I mean, you know what you just did to somebody's minor child. And you know some of her family is already present inside the school already. I just feel like if you're bold enough to manhandle minor high school girls, then you should be bold enough to deal with their parents once they find out. They basically kept giving us the runaround about holding a meeting with that security guard. They did allow me to write a formal complaint against him. And then after that, all of us just ended up going home. I did end up texting T and letting her know, baby, we could bring this outside if you want to. Never received no response. My mom also got a call that same night saying that I was suspended from school. Shortly after that though, my abusive relationship situation finally had came to the light. Like for a long time, I was in the dark dealing with it by myself. But it had finally came to the light. My grandma was back in good health. So because of that situation, my mama didn't want me living there no more. So of course we ended up moving back to Maryland. And you know what was so funny is that T ended up failing school and didn't get to graduate that year with the rest of her classmates. Too busy trying to be in drama and not in the books. Then it's like, baby, God don't play about me. In the cup with my God and he protecting. Godly girl. And y'all know I'm really, shit. Oh, anyway, that's the end of this story time. Y'all, I want to thank y'all so much for watching this video. I love all of y'all so very, 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 very much. I want to thank y'all so much for watching this video. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. Follow all my social medias down in the description box down below. Go follow my main page because I be what? Cute on there. And go follow my spam page for what? The tea. Okay, yeah. And I want to thank you guys one last time for watching this video. Thank you guys so much. I love all of y'all. Bye.
Yeah.